Okay, in this video, I'm going to show you how to install this adapter. So if you have to install this thermostat system because maybe in your car it's not working, or maybe it's like in my case, I have a Freightliner MT45 and I didn't know where to connect the fan clutch. This option works very well. I'm very happy with it. So I'm going to show you step by step all the tools that you're going to need in order to do this job very quickly. I think in half an hour, 1 hour tops, you can do it. You can see here I have this huge vehicle, and if you want to install this system so that way you can cool down the engine, because at least in my case I have the fan clutch that you see here, maybe in this area here, and I couldn't find the place where to plug this in. I tried to search in the manuals and everything, and it's like very difficult. So I decided to install this that you see here. So here you have the thermostat, and I put it inside in the main hose of the radiator. So here you have 3 radiators AC for the turbo intercooler for the engine, and I installed the relay with the circuit breaker and everything. So I'm going to show you in the paperwork, in the blueprint, so that way it will be easier to understand. Otherwise you're going to see cables everywhere. And in order to take the power from the battery without cutting cables, I use one of these adapters. I'll show you later, and I did the same thing inside, so that way when I turn on the engine, this is going to be energized, it's going to work. So I'm going to show you also how I did to take the coolant from the reservoir, from the radiator everywhere without doing messes or anything like that, and so that way you can do the same thing. I couldn't find any documentation for this, so I'll show you how I did it, how it works, how you can do the same thing. Alright, so now I'm going to show you how you can install all this. So I'll change the camera so that way you can see, and it will be easier to understand. So as you can see here, it comes with a lot of instructions, but it will be easier just for you, instead of using a switch like they say here, just install everything the way it should be. So in this video I'm going to show you. So basically you have to cut this. I use a multi-tool, it works great. Just put this and then put that, and then just put the hose clamps in each end. I'll show you anyway now. And this goes to the ground, so this goes to the chassis, and this. So this thermostat here, or sensor, some people they say that it's not very good, but okay, you can buy maybe 2 or 3 just in case if one fails. So this is American Bolt, this is the brand. This is easy how you can install it. So here basically you have the battery, you have the circuit breaker, so this is better than the regular fuse, and then you will have the relay. So with the relay it's easy because if you see here that says pin 87, pin 30, pin 86. So basically when you have the any relay, as you can see here we have the pins. So hopefully you can see it here. It says 87, 30, I think here it says 85 and 86, but you have to follow the instructions. Sometimes you will see even the diagram here, but this is the main thing, because the pins that you see here is what you're going to use. So for instance here it says red wire. This is the short, at least in my case, the short red wire goes to the fan, and then the long one you see that says red wire, it goes to the breaker, and then you will see here the black wire goes to the sensor, and this goes to the ignition, or I don't know why it says fan, or it could be, I think, a switch. So basically that is how it works. Now I'll show you the
alert, remote, connected,
the screen, so that way you understand all the tools that you're going to need. So if you have this will help you to identify how to, the ignition and which one is live all the time. So with this tool, very easy, and you can use it. So if you never use one of these, maybe I can make a class about this, but basically the clamp, you put it in the chassis and the rest in each fuse. So let's say that this is the fuse box. So if you see here, you have like a small pin here, so you put it there, and then you turn on the key, and then touch each one of them until you have a power. And when you turn off the key, the ignition, you should not have power. So that is how you identify the basically the one that goes to the ignition. And you have a few options, because here, for instance,
Alert. Remote. Disconnected.
you could connect the one that says to the ignition. You could connect it to the switch, but I prefer the ignition is better. Also, you have another option. If you want, you could try to tap in one of the wires already, but I don't want to modify the vehicle. And if you don't want to modify the vehicle, you don't want to cut cables or anything like that, I'll show you a tool, a device that will help you a lot with this. So let me see, because otherwise you have this. You could use this, you see, but if you want to remove it later, it's going to be more difficult. But if you want to use these type of things, you can. Otherwise, here you have the other one that you can tap on the wire, you see, and you close
Remote.
them, and
Disconnected.
and you
Alert.
can connect.
Remote.
Hopefully
Connected.
you know this type of connectors. This is one way if you want to do that, and as you can see, you can close it, and then you can use the connector. I don't want to make the video too long, so otherwise you may get bored. So this is the other option that I like the most. So basically, you buy one of these that says fuse tap. You can connect the mini or the regular size. Basically, one that I think is this one that you see here. This is the one that is going to be utilized in the real circuit, and then the other one is for the wire that you see here. So basically, you connect this in the fuse box, and that's it. So make sure that you choose the right size.
Alert. Remote.
That's it. So you can search
Alert.
for the one that is live all the time, and the other fuse box or the other fuse that is only that runs with the ignition, and that's it. So that is what you need. And I'll show you here, for instance, this is the device that we are going to install. Kit, $40. You have everything that you need with this. And very easy. So here, this screw that you see here, this one there goes to the ground, like I show you, and then follow the instructions like I told you before, or in the paperwork you will see everything. Other than that, is pretty simple. If you want to vacuum the radiator, you can buy this kit. This is the kit that I bought, so it works very, very well. Also, you have another kit. I think this is 34 pieces is the biggest one. You have another one that are cheaper. And this one is the one that you can use to drain all the coolant. So I have this as well, so that way you don't have to mess with buckets or doing anything weird. So this is the basics that you need in order to do this job. And if you have shrinking tubes, as you can see, it will make your life easier. If you want, I can leave you the video description, all the tools needed, so that way you can do that. So now I'll continue with the video.
Remote. Connected.
Alright, so here I'm going to show you how you can drain the coolant of your step van or any vehicle. So basically, you have to buy this tool that you see here. I'll leave you on the video description the link, so that way you can buy it. When you buy the tool, you're going to see that it comes with many of these adapters. So these little hoses, you have a few options. So if you have, for instance, a regular car, maybe you can unscrew the cap from the radiator, and then you just stick it there. Or in my case, what I did is I just unplug it from this area here, and I stick it, and this goes straight to the radiator that you see there. So once you do that, here you have a small hook. When you finish, what you can do is grab this, put it in the hole that you see there, and that's it. So if you want to use air compressor, all you have to do is put the air compressor here, and because the air goes from here to here straight, it will create a vacuum inside, and it will suck all the liquid that you see here. Otherwise, you can do it manually. So basically, you grab this and do this. If you want to speed it up, or otherwise by the siphon, you start it once and it will keep working by itself without you doing anything. Very simple, easy. Once you finish this and you want to put everything back, you can unscrew this and use it as a regular jar or something, or a bottle. You just pour it here with the funnel, and that's it. And you can put it back. Otherwise, you can use, there is a special tool that I have in another place that it will create a vacuum inside of the system, and it will suck all the coolant and will put it back over there. But you have to have those different tools. So hopefully you have enjoyed this video. If you have any question, please let me know. Section below. See you next time. Alright, so as you can see, I installed the system that you see here, the relay, the breaker, and we are going to connect this sensor here inside, and we're going to install this. At least in this vehicle, you have 3 radiators. You have one for the AC, this for the intercooler, and you have this one that is for the engine. So basically I put this like that, as you can see, and then I mark here and I mark there, and I'm going to cut this piece of hose, and this is loose already, so you have the screw, take it out, and that's it. So now I'm going to cut it here, and I'm going to remove that part. I'm going to put this in, and of course I have this tool that you see here, so that way you can suck or drain all the fluid, so that way you don't have to deal with anything, and everything will be easier just to make it work again. As you can see, I was able to cut it. Looks great. So I have to put one, the other one, and then I have to use these pipe clamps that you see here, and that's it. So I put the hose clamps that you see here. So you put it here, there, there. Make sure that you remove the the dust that is going to be inside. I did it. We should be good. So now I'll show you. All right, so as you can see, all you have to do is make sure that this band is going to be inside of the gap that you see here inside, so that way we'll keep it, from slipping or moving outside or getting off or something like that. So that is going to be the solution. So you do this and then do the same thing in the other end, we should be good. Okay, with the impact driver, as you can see, you just tight this enough. Don't tight them too much, so that way they will not break. And put it back the way it was. So now we should be ready to adjust this, put the sensor back in, we should be good. So we could use the Teflon tape, but I choose to use this. Some people they say that it will not be a good idea to put anything, but I put just a little bit. I think it's going to make a contact anyway. So I'll test it and see how it goes. So as you can see, I put the sensor here. We have the ground, so the ground needs to go somewhere over there in the chassis. And if you want to test this, it's very easy. All you have to do, just grab this and touch some metal. And you hear the noise. That is the relay for the fan clutch that I have here. So basically when the circuit is closed, it will activate the fan clutch, which will be good, and this will spin. You can leave it on if you want to all the time. The problem is you're going to have less horsepower. And in this vehicle that is so huge, every horsepower I can get, I will appreciate it. Otherwise, your life will be harder. Now we have to connect the ground. So as you can see, we have this little screw. I just remove. It comes from that little hole that you see in that area. So that will be the ground. So I will have to grab it to some place in the chassis and run the cable to here. And I think we should be good with that. So as you can see, I put the ground, I see over there, and I put the ground in the other end here, where you see here, the green one. And I put the base that you see here. And if I touch the ground here, you see, it's working. So that means that it will do good contact, even if we have the Teflon or the paste for this. So all I have to do, put the coolant back and taste it, and we should be good. I think that is all I need. It's just organize a little bit, do some cable management, just put the final connections so that way I don't have everything hanging, but everything should be good. All right, so by having that tool, so I vacuum it and we don't have any leaks or anything like that. Everything looks good. So I'm using this universal adapter. It seems like it works better than the other ones that comes with the little peak over there. That's it. So now all I have to do later is put this here, and we suck all the coolant inside of the system. We should be good. Or we can put it maybe there. It will be easier. So that way I don't have to remove the cap. As you can see, is filling this up. So we should be good. Hopefully we have enough vacuum to be able to suck all the coolant inside of the reservoir and the engine. We should be good. So this is the pump, the air pump. As you can see, you have to put this here like that, and you pump it, so that way you make sure that you don't have any leaks. I used to have like a small leak here in this area. I adjusted better, and that's it. So now putting all the coolant inside, and that's it. So make sure that you don't put air or anything like that, and that's it. So once you finish the process, very easy.